Every cell of your body is God. Everything is God. Everything is divine.
If you take your hand and you curl it in on itself and look at it, you can see the code of the matrix that you're walking through right now.
Do you know about alchemical sexual alchemy?
Sexual alchemy.
Yeah, there is a substance or liquid or a substance that comes from your medulla.
Grand Rising family, welcome back to another episode of Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who needs to see this or who you think would enjoy watching this, share it with them. These videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not responsible for what you do or don't believe. This is your journey. Take what you believe and leave what you don't. On yesterday's video, I had made a comment talking about if you're a thug, if you're a drug dealer, if you're a gangbanger, stay away from me. I just want to say this, that I am not looking for a man because the divine has already gave me one. I was just like saying it as like a general statement. If I was still single, stay away from me. But stay away from me anyways, because no, I'm good. I'm good on any man except him. That's all I want. I just want him when he's ready. Let's get into today's affirmation. What does the universe want us to know for today? I let go of what no longer serves me. Declutter a space in your home that feels congested. I'm a pretty neat and put together person now. I never used to be. I was very cluttery and very disorganized, which was a reflection of my mind. And not saying that I don't get disorganized or cluttered from time to time, because I do, but I don't like it anymore. So I'm pretty good about cleaning it up and getting it back to where it needs to be. I do have a junk drawer though. That is just full of junk that I don't need, that I could probably just throw out. But you never know when you're going to need something. So that is what that drawer is for. It's got tape and batteries and like Velcro sticky things and hooks that you hang on the wall and little tiny light bulbs and oil burner fragrant scent things. The oil wax cubes. Yeah. And what else is in there? I have an electric lint thingy, and I have charger boxes and like just stuff, just junk. But I will need it one day, maybe, possibly, probably. I don't know. But it's there if I do. So, okay. This one is from my affirmation jar. I pulled the affirmations before I started the video, so, we could get that done and over with. Okay. When you feel alone, just look up to the sky and stars and know the divine has your back. Well, I know that the divine is not up there. The divine is in here. So, I don't know why I would write that. It was a nice affirmation anyways. Oh, don't forget to put a comment in the comments so I can give you a shout out. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get straight into it.
We are not fractions of God. We are fractals of God. Most people think we're fractions of God, which would be a piece taken from the whole. And that's why they say, oh, you can't say you're God, you're just a piece of him. But that doesn't make sense. In reality, we're actually a fractal of God, which is not a piece taken from the whole, but the whole is the piece. The crazy thing about fractals is that they're self-similar at any stage. Everywhere you look, it might look different, but the pattern is still the same. There is no fractions involved. Everything is the same pattern that's expressing itself in different ways. So no, you are not a piece of God. When I say you are God, I mean that shit, bro. Damn. In a fractal, every piece of the fractal, no matter where you zoom in, no matter how different it looks, it will still contain the essence of the whole. So these fractals that you see in nature are literal manifestations of God. And let's not forget that we are nature as well. So how can nature be God? But we're not. You niggas are. Look, man, God is everything. God is infinite. There's nothing God can't be. So that includes you. It's so simple that your brain doesn't want to believe it, because everything in this world is meant for us to think it's complicated. Consciousness is not complicated. It's the only thing that always is. Let me know what y'all thought.
Just don't walk around and say you're God, because it's arrogant.
Every cell of your body is God. Everything is God. Everything is divine. So when you do good things, when you decide to transcend the negativity and attempt to do something positive for you, for your family, you are the heart of God. You are the eyes of God. When you speak from that place, you are God's voice. And when you make a loaf of bread in this place, in this kitchen, that is a Eucharist. You're blessing people with your work. You're serving the world with your work, with your effort. That is a Eucharist. That is the body of Christ. You know? And I thank you for everything you're doing. You're amazing. You're champions. I admire you.
Before you were born, you sat down with the creator of the universe. You got to choose the person you would become. You said, "I want to be courageous." And the creator replied,
"Then I will give you monsters to face, so you can conquer fear."
You said, "I want to be patient." And the creator replied,
"Then I will make you wait, so you can learn to trust the process."
You said, "I want to be wise." And the creator replied,
"Then I will let you fail, so you can learn the weight of your choices."
You paused and asked, "Sounds like a rough life. Can I just have a good life?" And the creator smiled.
A good life isn't an easy life. A good life is the fire that forges you into something greater.
Maybe right now you're in that fire, but the words you repeat to yourself in these moments will shape who you become. So say this: every challenge is making me stronger. Every setback is shaping me. I am becoming unshakable. Because the fire isn't breaking you, it's forging you. If you want to reprogram your mind with the words that will shape your future.
I wish you would have kept going. I didn't know it was cut off. Sorry.
Don't confuse religion with God. That's a big mistake people make.
Yeah.
Religion is an institution created by man to serve the needs of men. When the Arabs invaded North Africa and conquered our northern territory, they had no mandate from God to do that. When the Europeans took Christianity and used it to justify the transatlantic slave trade, they had no mandate from God to do that. So we have to recognize religion is an institution that is separate from the Almighty Creator. Religion purports to be about helping you build a relationship with the Almighty Creator, but there's no greater mistake you can ever make than to confuse a man-made institution with the Almighty God. Religion is religion.
Yeah.
God is God.
Divine is divine.
It's interesting when a pastor argues that Lucifer was the first to sin when they're teaching people that God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and the source of all creations.
Because if God created Lucifer with full awareness of every outcome before it occurred, then the capacity to rebel did not originate in Lucifer. It originated in the mind that designed him. Which brings up our next point, because a creation cannot express a trait the creator did not build into the blueprint. So the real question is not who sinned first. The real question is who authored the conditions that made sin possible. I gotta say, it's pretty impressive how you argued your way right back into my point. You know they say pastors who don't listen train congregations who don't think. If Satan predates Adam and Eve, that means the capacity to sin predates humanity, meaning it was built into the creation. But let me give you perspective. The entire structure stands on the idea that you must be saved from something. Yet, if Lucifer is the first sinner, then Lucifer authored the world, meaning we are all creations of the fallen one. And if that's the case, the system has people worshiping the wrong creator while blaming the right one for existing. But we know that's not what happened. When all of these authors wrote this story, they didn't account for the fact that placing a flaw in the creation would trace it right back to the creator. And instead of teaching their their people about polarity, they invented a separate figure to absorb all the blame to keep the architecture untouched. And by not recognizing polarity, they wrote a story where the architect designs the fall and then sends down a chosen representative to be crucified and later praised for suffering for the very people that you've convinced to blame the devil as if the architect subcontracted the flaw. So yes, your system's God was the first sinner, so watch what you teach. And since we're operating within the system's own logic, can we please stop telling humanity they are going to owe an eternal debt for something that your story claims was already cleared? That, my friend, is double jeopardy.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Don't call me crazy, but my mind is heavy on this. They always told us 666 was evil, demonic, but when I looked it up in Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, it says it's the number of a man, not a monster, not Satan, a man. So now I'm thinking, what if the real mark isn't some tattoo or chip, but a mindset when your mind is trapped in fear and survival mode and you're totally disconnected from who God created you to be? And what if the mark of the beast was never a person at all, but a system designed to keep you asleep and obedient, out of alignment with your true power? Because Christ consciousness, that's the opposite of the beast. That's waking up. That's remembering who you are in God, not under some system. They never taught us that part, but it makes you think, don't it? Follow me for part 2 where I show you where I found this and break it down even more.
That is a great perspective, and I went to look for part 2 and she didn't have it.
Every time you light a candle, hope you know that's magic. Watch what tattoos you get in symbolism. Also magic. Create your vision board if you wanna manifest magic. It don't matter if you pray or meditate, you doing magic. Removing demons with a Bible verse, they spells magic. Say affirmations there, now you just gotta start chanting. Mirror gaze and tell yourself you love you, make you happy. Gotta write your dreams down, bring it to the earth, magic. Don't speak negative on your life. Words are powerful, you doing magic, cursing your bloodline. When you daydreaming, you use imagination, yeah, that's magic too. Do not make no wish, just set intentions, it will come to you. You gotta clean your room if you wanna bring positive energy. Open windows in your house, let air come in, negative leave. If you don't learn magic, then the system will be your master. They told us it's evil, we use it every day, they laughing.
Who would have ever guessed that the word that we use as little kids when we were playing with our friends, called abracadabra, is actually a real word, which means, with my words, I shall create. Why am I saying this to you guys? Because we are about to walk into 2026, and our words, our tongue, carries so much power. The words that we say to society have the power to build nations, but it also has the power to destroy a nation. Our words have the power to build a person up, and it also has the power to destroy and tear a person down. So when you want to manifest something in your reality, you have to be very intentional with your life. You have to be intentional about the places you frequent. You have to be intentional about the people you surround yourself around. You have to be intentional with your words. You are powerful. Your words are powerful. Make sure that when you open your mouth, when you say something, you are saying something that is going to build a person up and not tear them down. But not just that, if you have a goal, a dream, a vision, a thought that you want to birth and bring to life, you have to be very intentional about the things that you say, how you say it, and who you say it to, right? With your words, you can create, just like what abracadabra means, you can create the life that you want by simply saying it to yourself every single day. When you open your mouth and you say something that you would like to happen, if you are on that frequency, you best believe the universe is going to make sure that you manifest it, because you have the ability to transform the entire trajectory of your life with just a few simple words. Let's be intentional with our words going forward. Y'all be blessed.
A lot of people be thinking I'm crazy, borderline insane. People be asking me like, are you on a spectrum?
Bro, right.
I'm tapped in and turned on. It's not hard to be able to identify what the is going on for real. Like, to the ones who are awakened souls, it's really hard for you to act ignorant. There are some people who have been hit with a form of awakening and they chose ignorance, and it shows. Ignorance is very unattractive. Knowing and then acting like you don't is very unattractive. That's why a lot of people, although they know, they act like they don't. And it's obvious, because I know that you know that we both know that you know. And that's fine. You want to play ignorant? By all means, you have to come back on this earth and try it again. I refuse to keep this cycle going. So I am going to do exactly what I was told to do when I came to this. Speak up and speak out. Be radical and be real. We live in a fake, falsified reality. Can't even see beyond the fucking veils in this. You have to tap into you. So if I'm crazy, by all means, but I'm right as well.
What she said.
This shit is a gift and a curse. I be seeing everything. You can't get past me. You ain't slick. I don't give a fuck if I'm looking or not. I ain't gotta be searching. That shit is gonna find its way towards me. I ain't gotta search for it. I ain't gotta look. I ain't gotta do none of that. It just presents itself to me. Even if I don't see it, I can feel it. And shit, to me, that's the same thing as seeing. I'm telling y'all, it's like a gift and a curse, because I'm like, damn, I ain't asked for this, man. But I love it, though. I love that I have that insight, that I have that discernment. Like, it's a beautiful thing, but it can get heavy. It can get real heavy, man. Like, when you really in tune and shit just reveals itself to you, you gotta be mentally strong for things like that. Especially if you're not looking for it. Don't lie to me, because eventually something gonna happen to where I'm gonna be able to see the truth. It's gonna come back around and smack me dead in my face. And it'd be like, damn, I knew that, but nah, I see that. Am I the only person who just notice everything and see everything? And it's like, damn, I wasn't even expecting that. Shit. Well, hello. So trying to get one up on me, it's pointless.
Ain't gonna happen.
Bitch, I see you. Hey, especially them hating ass motherfuckers. Them niggas be visible. They be hiding in plain sight. Like, what is you doing? It's your little big homie, fool boy. Oh, shit.
He ain't lying.
If you take your hand and you curl it in on itself and look at it, you can see the code of the matrix that you're walking through right now. That's because everything around you uses it because it's so simple. You draw a perfect square and another one right on top of it and connect them with an arc, and you just keep doing that. That's literally all it is. School makes this way too complex. If I keep adding these spirals, that's what this is doing. Think of it as energy. More spirals around, you get what we see as a magnetic field. If we add more and more, you start to get an image that looks a lot like this picture of an atom that IBM took. Now, in my last video, I showed how this can go from geometry to life. That's because this system allows energy to flow constantly. A bunch of Fibonacci spirals rotating around a center point is how we make a torus. That is how a torus field is generated, and that's how the biggest things in the universe stay together. So this framework not only makes up the atomic, but it holds together the galactic, and it's in your hand. That's a pretty funny coincidence.
I did not know that either.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your people believe?
It is very hard to explain. We do not believe in any individual god or gods, but rather we believe that the soul is, what is a good term? A non-localized phenomenon.
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Well, if I project a beam of light at the wall, you see the light on the wall, but the wall is not the source of the light. It comes in from somewhere else. The soul is also a projection. It does not exist inside us any more than the light exists inside the wall. But this shell is the only way we can perceive it.
We believe that the universe itself is conscious in a way we can never truly understand. It is engaged in a search for meaning. So it breaks itself apart, investing its own consciousness in every form of life. We are the universe, trying to understand itself.
Do you know about alchemical ants? There is a substance or liquid or a substance that comes from your medulla, which is basically completely looks like the Ark of the Covenant, has angel's wings around it, the whole thing. Your medulla is shaped.
Now, is this what Michael Jackson used to call Jesus juice?
Yeah, there's 33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus. So this substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is
quick, get a dictionary.
Christ coming down into human form. Yeah. And if you don't squander essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven. which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney. It's all very freaky shit, man.
The moon is a soul trap that makes you reincarnate. We live in a soul system, not a solar system. No one's trying to trap your soul. Let me explain. The moon does in fact trap your soul, and yes, it does reincarnate you, but it's not how you think it works. Let me break this down for you. You have to understand that you are a physical being, and you have an astral body. Astral body is the body you use when you dream and when you imagine. Imagination is a dimension. There are 7 layers to the astral plane, which are the 7 planets. Moon at the bottom, Saturn at the top, and the sun in the middle. When you die, you are stripped of your physical body, left with thought and emotion inside the astral plane, imagination. Imagination is your biggest power when you die. If you die with your mind and emotions still attached to addiction, sex, lust, and the material things of the world, then you will manifest in the lower astral plane, where low vibrational thoughts and imaginations take place, which is governed by the moon. Most souls in this physical world are attached to physical pleasure, and when they die, they manifest in the moon on the lower astral plane because they still desire the physical plane. When you are there and you can't fulfill your physical desire, you will reincarnate yourself. In order to ascend to the higher astral planes, we must detach from the external world before we die. If your soul is detached from the world, then you will merge with the sun. Hence why Jesus says, you can only reach the Father if you go through me. Jesus is the sun, and when you die, your light body will attach to one of the planets depending on your level of awareness. The moon is not a soul trap, it's not reincarnating you. You get yourself there by not preparing for death. If you want to take your esoteric path to the next level, join the university.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a minute, but that makes really good sense.
The same thing they made you feel bad about is going to be the same thing that gets you rich. You talk too much, start a YouTube. You always hungry, do food reviews. You always want to have deep conversations, start a podcast. You always want to go to the gym, fitness instructor. How you gonna make me feel bad about who I am? I remember I used to be like this. Somebody used to be like, you always want to, and don't fuck with me then. Because this is who I am. If you need more videos like this, I'm telling you, hit that follow button. Because every time you see my face, I'm telling you, I'm going to get you hype about what you meant to do.
You cannot manifest money. Stop letting these influencers lie to you. They don't be knowing what they talk about. And I get it. You can manifest money, but technically you can't. We got to know what these words are. That's the start, knowing what these words are. And I'm about to break this shit down. What is you talking about? So let me start by saying this. Law of attraction is something that you bring inwards. It's already external. So you just bring it inward, right? Manifestation is something that you bring from within out. So that's why I say you can't manifest money, because you don't have no money inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Manifestation isn't the physical thing. It's that internal shift that aligns you to receive that physical thing. So technically speaking, you can't manifest money or cars or houses and opportunities like that. That's the result of your alignment, right? Not the manifestation itself. So money doesn't come from you. It comes to you. That's attraction. So when you're actually trying to manifest money, what you're doing is you're manifesting ideal, discipline, clarity, consistency, inspired action, confidence. This is what you're manifesting. So those internal manifestations is what causes the external attractions of money. So you might hear people say, I manifested this $5,000. No, you attracted that $5,000. Manifestation isn't an object. It's not the money. It's the inner shift. Attraction is the outer result. Let's break it down even easier. Manifestation is becoming. Attraction is receiving. Manifestation is the seed. Attraction is the fruit. Manifestation is the process. Attraction is the outcome. So stop letting these influencers lie to you. They don't be knowing what they talk about. But when I start breaking that shit down, guess what? Hey, fool boy. They don't like that. Fool boy. Oh!
Not to be like vegan Godzilla. Y'all not even eating meat no more. If you eating meat in America, I need you to pack it up immediately. Throw it away. Throw it away. Just throw it entirely away. Y'all eat 3D printed carcass. Let's say it is actual meat. Have you seen the conditions in which these animals live in? If you believe in energy, you're telling me multiple times a day, every day, you consume the flesh of an animal that you've never come in contact with, that probably died horrified and in fear. You're ingesting that every single day. If you eating a 20-piece chicken wing, that's like 20 different fucking chickens. The energy of 20 different GMO chickens is sitting in your stomach. And you trying to lock in and do better for yourself? No, we need to pack it up. That does not even make sense. Energetically, if you are someone who is energetic, what do you think eating dead carcass? Like, it's not like you living off the land and, oh, you got a pond in your backyard and, oh, there's chickens that run around and you got a chicken. Like, that's different. No, this is the shit they are feeding y'all or feeding us in America. No, living off the land is different. Raising the chickens, raising the cows, doing it like that, that's different. But ordering a 20-piece McNugget? I'm trying not to be judgmental, but I'm really just trying to put it in perspective for y'all how crazy that sounds.
So I'm going to say this. If you are eating meat, period, regardless of whether you grew it yourself or not, it is not right. You're killing another living thing. That living thing, even though to you, it might seem like, oh, it's just a chicken or, oh, it's just a cow. That living thing has feelings just like you do. That living thing has a soul just like you do. Do you want somebody to unalive you and eat you? No. So why do we do it to other living beings? Just because they don't look like you and I doesn't make it okay to unalive anything. And then to eat it, it's not right. And I'm not a vegetarian. Like, I'm not like, save the animals. Yeah, save the animals. I myself recently, like months ago, was eating meat until I found out we're not even supposed to be eating that stuff. And so the more I get into this part of my journey, the more I'm beginning to comprehend it doesn't matter how you raise that animal. It doesn't matter how loved and nurtured it is. If you really loved and nurtured that animal, you wouldn't have the heart to unalive it, to eat it. There are plenty of other things to eat. Stop eating animals. It's not okay.
Why do many great journeys feel lonely?
Because true growth is personal. Not everyone can follow the path meant only for you.
Why do people struggle to move forward?
Because they hold on to who they were. To grow, you must release the old version of yourself. You can't cling to yesterday and expect today to unfold.
Fear distracts people. How do you turn fear into focus?
Face fear directly. The moment you stop running, fear becomes energy you can control.
How much power do thoughts really have over a person?
Your thoughts shape your reality. If you don't control them, the world will control you instead.
Why do you value silence during training?
In silence, your mind sharpens. Noise hides truth. Silence reveals it.
A miracle can
That was a gem.
happen in your life in 5 seconds. Here's the 5-second miracle. I'm at the edge of my seat. Take 100% responsibility for everything that happens in your life, without exception and without condition. Everybody stands up, shakes my hand, pats me on the back. Lesson over. I looked at my uncle and I said, 5 minutes to learn, a lifetime to master, right? And he said, yep. He says, for the next 5 years, and I go, here we go. We're going to be training you on this. 5 years of training on that. Well, you can imagine, how can you take 5 years to train on something so simple? How do you take 100% responsibility when you're driving down the road, minding your own business, and some drunk blows through a red light and smashes into your car? How is it that your responsibility? How are you responsible for that? How did you create that? Well, it's hard for you to grasp that. It's hard for most people to grasp it. That's why they can only go so far in terms of achieving success and manifesting things and attaining high levels of consciousness and awareness, because they can't grasp it, nor do they even try. They not even open to that possibility. They shut it down. It's not my responsibility. That guy was drunk. I didn't do anything wrong. He went through the red light. Okay, you've shut it down. It's over. At least be open to say, he told me I create everything in my life, and I have to take responsibility for everything because I created it. How the hell did I create that? Okay, well, let me spend some time trying to figure that out. When you at least are open, you start opening up all channels to the universe. And then you start seeing past lives. Then you start seeing how this was something you created, maybe not in the last week or the last month or the last 25 years, but you can see, I can see exactly how I created this. And then you start learning this, that the universe doesn't do things to you, but it actually does things for you.
I'm working on that currently.
Delay is the first proof that the dream is real. If your reward were meant to be small, it would have arrived by now. But the fact that you are waiting, the fact that it has not yet come, is not proof of denial. It is the first and greatest proof that the dream you carry is of substance. Delay is heaven's way of verifying whether your desire is a spark or a flame. Only flames are worthy of fuel. The size of your dream determines the size of your delay. A man who wishes for ease will be given quickly what he asks. But the man who dares to demand greatness, he will be delayed, not because he is forgotten, but because the structure must be fortified first. Too many lose heart in the delay because they believe the silence means denial, but silence is not opposition. It is refinement. It is the pause between planting and harvest.
I like that.
So there's a scene in The Matrix where the kid bends the spoon with his mind, and he says to Neo, there is no spoon. Now, reality can be bent to your will. You can literally mold reality to whatever you want it to be using your perception on how it works. So the physical illusion that we live in, all of this, none of this shit's real. If you've ever taken psychedelics, or if you've had a near-death experience, or anything along those lines, some sort of severe trauma where you get detached from reality, they all link. And everything is the exact same when you take these things or when you go through these experiences. They're all connected and you all get the same experience. The physical world that we live in, like all this, the sofa, me, none of this is actually real in terms of the cosmos of the universe. It's a simulation, and this simulation is kind of like a mirror. It's a reflection to your consciousness, which is your soul or your mind or God or whatever you want to refer to that higher power as. Now, what I mean by this is how you can use this in a practical way to get anything you want in this physical simulation is you need to start understanding the power of your perception. If you step outside the house today and you're like, oh, it's cloudy and it's cold and it's a shit depressing day and I've got to go to work and you're in this depressed mindset, that perception is going to be confirmed. Your subconscious mind confirms the bias that you put into it. So if I say I'm big and strong and life is amazing and I've got everything I've ever wanted and I'm rich and I'm abundant and I'm healthy, even if you're not, when I was broke on my council estate in my prison cell sized bedroom, I used to wake up every day with minus money in the bank account. I was in debt to the bank because I was spending money that I didn't have. And imagine that I had 5k in the bank. And I'd wake up every day with holes in the wall and I'd just be saying to myself, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, I've got everything I've ever wanted. And the reason why you're going to say this is because every potential reality that could exist does exist right now. Time is a man-made construct. The way we perceive time, like, oh, there's a past, there's a present and a future, that's not real. It's a human perception of things because our human vibration couldn't conceptualize how time actually works. It's more like a tunnel. And again, why do I know this? Why am I some random 23-year-old telling you this? Hypothetically, in a different universe, if I've ever taken psychedelics before, obviously in a video game world, I would understand this, right? I'm just saying that. Now, you understand that time is a tunnel, and the version of time that you experience in this current present moment is all down to your perception. So if I perceive life as good, and I'm rich, and I'm abundant, and I'm healthy, and I'm wealthy, and I've got everything I've ever wanted, on a long enough time frame, reality has to bend to that reflection. If you consistently keep telling yourself that, and you consistently keep feeding into that vibration, it has no choice but to obey you, because you are God and God is you, and you are just experiencing what it's like to be in human form, so that God can actually be identified as itself. You have to have a polar opposite for something to exist. You can't know what the sunshine is if you've never had rain. You understand? God doesn't know that it's God if it doesn't play as the humans sometimes.
I'm not supposed to say out loud? Cool, here it is. You've never lived in a singular timeline. Your consciousness is a roaming signal, not a fixed point. And the world, the one you think is solid, is a composite of overlapping data fields that only feel coherent because your brain keeps choosing to see one version at a time. Now here's the actual conspiracy. Open quote. The planet isn't a globe, or flat, or hollow. It's a kept projected harmonic resonance chamber, a layered multi-dimensional broadcasting station that changes its form based on the collective frequency of the beings inhabiting it. Close quote. And here's the wild part. All of your memories, deja vu, weird dreams, false nostalgia, strange connections to places you've never been, those aren't spiritual symptoms. Those are signal bleed from timelines your consciousness is already linked to. You remember things that didn't happen in this timeline because they happened in another one that's still running. Every glitch you've ever noticed.
Yo, do you remember this song? Well, yo, the story behind this song is terrifying, but I'll let him tell it.
My friends don't always like my music, which is hilarious to me. Like, one of my homies told me, like, after I finished Hey Ya and I played it for him, he said, man, if you put that out, man, your career is over. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, but I like this shit though, like.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't listen to his friend, because that song turned out to be Outkast's best charting song in their entire history. And this is another example as to why you should listen to your gut and not what other people gotta say. The reason why people can't see your vision is because it's not theirs to see.
Not their vision.
You've probably had a couple of your dreams destroyed by somebody else's opinion already. Don't let people discourage you. If it's calling you, create it, and then let the world catch up later.
I just want to get this off my chest really quickly. Listen, show me your partner. Show me who it is you love, and I will show you how much you love yourself. If that's not one of the greatest fucking bars I've ever heard in my life, show me how that person cares for you. Show me how they talk to you. If how much you love yourself was displayed in their actions, could people see it? Is it understood without you opening your mouth? For the biggest flex with me is for my woman to say, somebody that asks her, does your man love you? And how to say, look at me. What do you think? And she ain't talking about an appearance. She talking about an aura, an energy, an effort that's naturally given to her. We always think that the hard love and the ones we fought for are the ones that's real, but no, it's completely the opposite.
They told me I was crazy when I told them the clouds might be man-made and used to block out the sun.
They are.
So look, use this video when they try to call you crazy.
It's not a conspiracy theory. They are.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually work in a cloud factory. We create clouds and make rain for the city of Chicago. We control the climate.
Your body needs to heal, my friend. So let's make this simple. First, you are going to boil some slices of red onion. You will then let the onion juice cool off and proceed to drink it.
Duh.
Next, you're going to get some kale and spinach, and you're going to dress it with lemon juice. And then you will proceed to eat it. Next, you are going to find a fruit of your choosing, and then you are going to proceed to eat it. And no, you don't have to eat the peel. And lastly, You are going to get a spoonful of honey and a piece of garlic and proceed to eat it. Do all of this at least once a week, my friend, and I promise you, your body will begin to heal itself.
Thank you, brother. That was some good information. Like the conspiracy theories, it irritates me when people that choose to walk around this earth and pretend like shit isn't going on. Like, oh, those are just conspiracy theories. Those are conspiracy theorists. They don't know what they're talking. Bro, if you believe that, you are the farthest from the truth you will ever be, because I will tell you this, 97.5 of those conspiracy theories, I guarantee you, are not conspiracy theories. Now, I don't know for sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, and I cannot say that I am. I know that I'm not. But when I see a conspiracy theory, my spirit guides me into whether it is a true conspiracy theory or if they're full of shit. And that's how I get my answers to a lot. That's how I get my answers to everything. I meditate on it. And I allow my spirit to guide me and tell me what is what. It doesn't mean that I know everything, because I don't know everything. I will never know everything. But 97.5% of those conspiracy theories are not conspiracy theories. They're facts. But they want you to believe that they're conspiracy theories, so you don't know the bullshit that they're doing. Clouds are man-made. Snow is man-made. All of it is man-made. The earth was never created to die. You're not supposed to get cold enough to where everything dies. They do that shit intentional. It's intentional. I know what I'm talking about. And everything I just said, it is not true. It's not true at all. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, thank you for tuning in to Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get our shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who needs to see this or you think would enjoy watching this, share it with them. I hope you have an amazing 24 and the best 7 yet. And I pray the divine radiates love and kindness and compassion and abundance and peace and joy and all the things over your life today, tomorrow, and forever. Till I see you on the next one. I love you.